Yacht just blew us away because it's better than you. No shakedown is needed. It's made by an iconic American shipyard, building yachts since 1863. This feels very safe, like tall, protected, all bulwarks, so you don't have any extensions or anything. This is very tall.
They were one of the most powerful couples on YouTube's yacht scene, Rico Rock Stoll and his wife, Victoria Chalaya, living a life many people could only dream of, while their million-dollar yacht tours made waves in the luxury world.
Welcome to the cockpit. Look at the boombox, how high, how tall they are.
Yes, it's really nice and safe. They just have loose furniture here. You can obviously do anything you want. It's a center helm station on the flybridge, which you don't see too often. And it's interesting because it's kind of like, as a captain, everyone's around you.
Then, just as they reached the height of their success, their sudden disappearance left a conspicuous void.
As a name. We have done all the necessary steps, decided on the flag, reserved the name, built a charter website. So we're officially ready to present our big lady to the world.
Unfinished projects, an ambitious deal that spiraled beyond control, and a dream yacht that suddenly became entangled in problems behind the scenes. What really happened behind their closed doors? The secret behind this fateful change of course may leave you stunned. Before becoming known through Nautistyles, Rico Rock Stoll had followed a highly unconventional career path. Born in Germany, he served in the military, worked as a paramedic, and spent time pursuing a career as a firefighter before turning to music. Rico later worked as a DJ and music producer. He performed under the name Rico Rocks, worked in electronic music, and collaborated with Insomniac. His career took him to major stages, including events within the EDC system. Alongside music, he began taking a serious interest in life on the water. The idea of living on a boat came to Rico before Nautistyles existed. In an interview with Super Yacht Life, he said that a friend had lived on a boat when he was younger, which inspired him to consider buying a boat to live on in Marina del Rey. That decision would go on to shape much of Rico's life and career. Victoria Chalaya entered Rico's story with a very different background. She was born in Leningrad, Soviet Union, now St. Petersburg, Russia. Victoria had worked in acting and fashion, appearing in productions such as Her Night, I Could Never Be Your Woman, and Aces and Eights. Victoria was also known in the fashion industry before turning toward the maritime world. According to publicly available biographical records, she became a face of Givenchy in Eastern Europe in 2001. Her experience in entertainment and fashion later gave her a different perspective from Rico, as the two entered the yacht industry together. Rico and Victoria met in Hollywood while Rico was working as a DJ on the set of Castle. Victoria was already active in the entertainment industry and also appeared in Castle. Their meeting led to a relationship between the two before they eventually shifted their focus toward life on the water. After they began dating, Rico continued pursuing the idea of living on a boat. Victoria agreed, but wanted the two of them to first experience renting a boat so they could determine which type of vessel and lifestyle suited them. This was a practical step before they decided to purchase a yacht and make it their primary home. The two later married and spent about 8 years living aboard the Meridian 42, according to information from Nautistyles. The boat became their primary home, where Rico and Victoria personally handled operations, maintenance, the organization of their living space, and the issues that came with using a yacht as a long-term residence. In their family life, their dog Marco accompanied Rico and Victoria aboard the boat and appeared in their content. Marco later passed away, and the couple shared his story in a program about the Nautistyles journey. This was also one of the few aspects of their private life that they presented in considerable detail in public content. Life aboard the Meridian 42 became the foundation that led Rico and Victoria into yacht media. When Victoria noticed a lack of content that closely reflected the experience of yacht users, she began experimenting with a blog and Facebook live broadcasts at boat shows. Rico later encouraged her to develop this content direction on YouTube. But the next turning point was no longer simply about living on a boat. It came when their first videos began bringing Nautistyles to a much larger audience. Yachting career. In late 2019, after Nautistyles began taking shape on YouTube, Rico Rocks Stoll and Victoria Chelaya quickly realized that the platform could grow far beyond sharing their life on a boat. They shifted their focus toward yacht tours, concentrating on design amenities, performance, and the real-world experience of using each vessel. One of the first major breakthroughs came from a video featuring the Sunreef 60 Eco. The content attracted a large audience and helped the channel qualify for monetization. That success showed that yacht walkthrough videos could build a dedicated audience, particularly when the content came from people with first-hand experience living and working on the water. In April 2020, Victoria left her job in Hollywood to focus on Nautistyles full-time with Rico. The decision transformed YouTube from a side activity into the couple's primary professional focus. They continued producing videos, attending yacht events, and expanding their network within the industry. One principle Rico and Victoria maintained was refusing payment to conduct yacht tours. This allowed them to retain control over their content while creating a distinction from channels that might depend directly on manufacturers or owners to promote their products. Alongside YouTube, the two developed businesses connected to the maritime industry. They became involved in yacht management and built RJ Nautical, expanding their work from content production into services directly connected to the industry. These activities helped make Nautistyles more than a media channel by connecting it with the yacht business itself. Rico and Victoria also invested in their professional qualifications. Both obtained U.S. Coast Guard captain's licenses, with Rico holding a 200 GT Master certification. Their operational knowledge allowed them to discuss engines, electrical systems, technical layouts, and other important factors when evaluating a yacht in greater detail. As the number of videos grew, Nautistyles began featuring high-value yachts. Rico and Victoria did more than film exterior views. They explored individual areas in detail, from bedrooms and kitchens to engine rooms and operating systems. This approach gave viewers a clearer understanding of each vessel. Their content also expanded across different types of boats, from yachts designed for leisure to models capable of long-distance cruising. Each tour created additional opportunities to connect with manufacturers, brokers, and other industry professionals. Nautistyles gradually established a distinct position within the community following the yacht market. The channel's growth also led to an expansion of the brand. Rico and Victoria developed Naughty Guys, built a Patreon community, and took part in activities as brand ambassadors. These platforms provided additional space for in-depth content and helped maintain a direct connection with their regular audience. From a blog, a few Facebook Live broadcasts, and their first videos, Nautistyles had grown into a maritime brand with a large audience. But that success also led them toward a much bigger decision, investing in their own yacht project, where the financial scale and risks would be entirely different from their work on YouTube. The height of Nautistyles. After shifting to full-time operations, Nautistyles quickly expanded and became one of the prominent channels in the yacht walkthrough space. Rico Rocks Stoll and Victoria Chelaya continued featuring high-end yachts, taking viewers through each area rather than simply presenting exterior views. The channel's appeal was clearly reflected in the view counts of many videos. The Chioi Lee 90 tour reached approximately 5 million views, while the Bering 77 attracted around 2.9 million. The Cigarette 52 Thunder video also reached approximately 2.8 million views, becoming one of Nautistyles' most closely watched pieces of content. These figures placed Nautistyles among the more influential yacht walkthrough channels in the United States. Its subscriber count surpassed 600,000, while many individual videos reached millions of views. The channel attracted not only people looking to buy boats, but also viewers interested in yacht design and life on the water. Another advantage came from the way Rico and Victoria worked together on camera. Victoria typically focused on interior design, spatial layout, and the living experience. Rico paid greater attention to engines' technical systems and operational capabilities. The two perspectives complemented each other throughout each tour. Nautistyles also maintained its policy of not accepting payment to conduct tours. This became an emphasized part of the way they built the brand. Maintaining control over the content allowed Rico and Victoria to present both the strengths of each yacht and the factors potential buyers needed to consider. Within the broader boating content ecosystem, Nautistyles operated alongside well-known channels such as Aquaholic and Yacht Buyer. These channels all focused on yacht walkthroughs, while Nautistyles developed its own identity through the image of a married couple who actually lived aboard a boat and participated directly in the evaluation process. The difference also extended to the range of content. Nautistyles did not only feature yachts designed for leisure, but also explored explorer yachts, motor yachts, and various specialized vessels. Each video typically combined information about value living space, technical systems, and practical usability. As the audience grew, the brand expanded beyond YouTube. Rico and Victoria developed Nautityles, built a Patreon community, and took part in activities as brand ambassadors. These channels allowed them to provide additional content for viewers who wanted to follow their life and work on the water more closely. Nautistyles' peak was also connected to its ability to access yachts worth millions of dollars. The tours allowed viewers to see designs that were largely found only at boat shows or within specialized markets. Through this, the channel became a bridge between the yacht industry and a mainstream audience. By the middle of the 2020s, Nautistyles' audience had grown far beyond the scale of its earliest videos. Hundreds of thousands of followers and millions of views on its most prominent content showed that the model had become a genuine business. Rico and Victoria had built enough of a foundation to pursue larger plans. With Nautistyles already having a large audience and an established brand, the Adamas project opened an entirely different direction. Disagreements during the yacht's construction later developed into a legal dispute, bringing Rico and Victoria into a challenge unlike anything they had faced in their journey before. Legal dispute. In 2022, Rico Rox Stoll and Victoria Shalaya announced plans to build Adamas, a custom steel explorer yacht based on the Bering 7582. It was considered their largest project, with an estimated cost of approximately $7–8 million. The vessel was intended to serve both as a home and as part of the couple's long-term maritime plans. Adamas was expected to become the next major step for Nautistyles after the channel had already built a substantial audience. Constructing a steel explorer yacht required extensive technical work and a lengthy build process. For Rico and Victoria, this was more than a new boat. It was an asset tied to their long-term business plans. As construction progressed, issues surrounding the vessel's schedule and level of completion began to become points of disagreement. According to allegations later presented in the lawsuit, Angelus LLC claimed that approximately 83% of the contract value had been paid, while the construction was only about 70% complete. The filing also raised complaints concerning the project's schedule. The plaintiff alleged that the project had been delayed by more than 18 months. Along with the timing issues, the lawsuit also referred to design changes that were allegedly not approved and concerns regarding the quality of the construction. Another serious issue in the lawsuit involved allegations concerning the use and transfer of funds. These were allegations made by Angelus LLC in the complaint and were not findings by the court of wrongdoing. Public records show that the matter was brought as a maritime contract dispute in federal court. On July 30, 2025, Angelus LLC formally filed a lawsuit against Bering Yachts, Bering Yacht Sales, Bering Marine, along with several individuals and related entities, in the U.S. District Court for the Eastern District of North Carolina. The case was registered under number 525 CV 00463 and was classified as a maritime contract dispute. After the lawsuit was filed, legal proceedings continued through the final months of the year. On August 27th and September 2nd, several defendants were recorded as having been served with the documents. By November, the court issued a notice requiring the plaintiff to continue with the next procedural steps, after several defendants had not responded within the required timeframe. 1 month later, the case took a different direction. Court records showed that the parties continued carrying out procedures related to legal representation and deadlines. In that context, Angelus LLC did not continue the case toward trial, and instead chose to end the proceedings in federal court. On December 24th, Angelus LLC filed a notice of voluntary dismissal, requesting the voluntary dismissal of the lawsuit against the defendants listed in the case. This marked the formal closure of the case in federal court. Public records do not provide the full terms of any private agreement between the parties if one existed. The withdrawal of the lawsuit did not mean that the court had issued a ruling confirming or rejecting all of the allegations. The case ended before a trial ruling was issued on the substance of the dispute. Public documents also do not reveal the full terms of any confidentiality agreement between the parties, leaving many financial details undisclosed. For Rico and Victoria, the key issue after the lawsuit was not limited to the legal record, but also involved Adamas itself. The vessel remained unfinished under the original plan. To continue the project, they needed to find a new approach for the remaining construction, while separating the completion process from the previous disagreements. From a yacht construction project with Bearing Yachts, Adamas moved into an independent completion process under Rico and Victoria's control. That next step became an important part of Nautistyles' return. Current life. At the beginning of 2026, control of the hull was transferred to Rico and Victoria. Adamas was then moved to an independent facility at Antalya Free Zone in Turkey to continue the completion process. The relocation allowed the project to move forward independently from the original construction plan and gave the couple the ability to oversee the work directly. Antalya Free Zone is one of Turkey's free trade zones established in 1985, with activities involving manufacturing, assembly, maintenance, and various other industrial sectors. The location provides suitable conditions for continuing work on a specialized vessel such as Adamas under a more independent arrangement. After several months with limited public updates about the vessel, Nautistyles released the video after a long silence in June. The video runs for more than 54 minutes and focuses on the project's latest status. Rico and Victoria confirmed that Adamas was still moving forward and shared additional information about their plans to complete the Explorer yacht. Under the new plan, Adamas is expected to be completed in 2027. Once finished, the vessel is intended to serve for charter operations, while continuing to play an important role in the couple's personal lives and professional activities. Adamas is therefore no longer simply a construction project, but has become part of their long-term maritime business plans. While Adamas is being completed, Nautistyles has continued operating on YouTube. The channel continues to publish yacht walkthroughs, feature various boat models, and provide updates related to life on the water. The latest video was recorded in late July, showing that their content production has continued without interruption. Nautistyles' audience size has also remained high. According to recent data, the channel has approximately 634,000 635 seated subscribers, more than 221 million views, and around 519 videos. Subscriber numbers continued to grow throughout July, showing that the channel remains capable of attracting viewers even as Rico and Victoria have expanded their focus toward their own project. Older videos continue to play an important role in the channel's overall view count. The Chioi Lee 90 tour has now surpassed 5 million views, while numerous videos featuring Bering and other yacht models continue to attract hundreds of thousands to millions of views. These figures help Nautistyles maintain a substantial library of content focused on luxury yachts. Outside YouTube, Rico and Victoria continue their maritime activities through their broader brand network. Naughty Guys and Patreon are used to provide additional content about the construction of Adamas as well as their life on the water. This approach also creates a direct connection with their long-term audience. Professionally, both Rico and Victoria continue to be presented as U.S. Coast Guard licensed captains with more than a decade of experience in the yacht industry. Nautistyles therefore continues to combine media content with maritime knowledge rather than shifting entirely toward an entertainment-based model. The couple's life also remains connected to the Meridian 408, the boat that served as their home for approximately 8 years. Alongside this is RJ Nautical and their activities related to yacht management consulting and maritime business. Their income sources are built around multiple activities, including YouTube, Patreon, maritime services, and commercial partnerships. The story of Rico Rockstole and Victoria Shalaya does not end with what happened to Nautistyles or the Adamas project. From living aboard a single boat, they built a major maritime brand, experienced the height of their success, and then faced challenges that could have changed their entire plan. Today, Adamas is still being completed, while Nautistyles remains active. The next chapter will show whether they can turn the obstacles they have faced into a new step forward. If you want to follow the stories behind well-known figures, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you do not miss the next video.